Breaking news, debt mutual funds have been stripped of the indexation benefit and will now be subject to tax as per your income tax slab rates. How will this impact you? Watch this video till the end to find out. Until 31st March 2023, income tax laws allowed taxation of debt mutual funds on the basis of holding period. Let me simplify it. If you invested in debt mutual funds and held them for a period of less than 3 years, these profits would be known as short-term capital gains. These STCGs were added to your other income and taxed normally at slab rates. But if you sold your investment after 3 years, the profit would be termed as long-term capital gains. These are taxed at only 20% with indexation benefit. Now, what is indexation benefit? It is nothing but relaxation on inflation. Say you make 7% return and 5% is inflation. The remaining 2% is your actual return. Isn't it fair that the government taxes only the 2%? This is exactly what the government does. It calculates your income tax after adjusting inflation. But all these rules will change from April 1st. As per the amendments in Finance Bill 2023, you cannot claim indexation benefits on debt mutual funds if you invest less than 35% of the amount in equity shares. This change will create 3 categories of mutual funds for taxation purpose. Let's look at them. When the equity exposure of your mutual fund scheme is below 35%, the STCG and LTCG are taxed at your regular slab rates. Apart from debt mutual funds, this rule is also applicable to market-linked debentures, gold ETF, international fund of funds, conservative hybrid fund, dynamic asset allocation funds, and multi-asset funds. When the equity exposure of your mutual fund scheme is above 35% but below 65%, the STCG is applicable at normal slab rate, while LTCG is taxed at 20% with indexation benefits. When the equity exposure of your mutual fund scheme is above 65%, the STCG is applicable at 15% without indexation and LTCG is taxed at 10% without indexation. Do note that the government has not changed taxations on equity shares and equity mutual funds. They will be taxed at 10% without indexation benefits if the gains exceed more than Rs 1 lakh in a financial year. Let's break it down for you with an example. Assuming you invest Rs 1 lakh in both options, each providing a 7% return. Let's examine the tax implications for both incomes if you fall under the 30% tax bracket. Say you pay tax at 30%, which comes to 2.1%. The effective return after reducing tax is 4.9%. Inflation usually ranges from 5 to 7%. Let's say the inflation is 5%. FD returns do not even beat the inflation rate of 5%. This means you lose money when you invest in FDs. But in case of debt funds, this inflation was adjusted based on cost inflation index and tax was charged on your real profits. But now, after the change, debt mutual funds will also have a post-tax return of 4.9% like FDs. With the recent developments, it may seem like debt funds are on equal footing with fixed deposits, and you may wonder why invest in debt funds. But let me tell you, there are still many reasons why debt funds are a good investment option. FD income is taxed every year as income from other sources. But unlike FD, debt mutual funds are taxed only after you sell the investments. Therefore, it becomes a great tax deferral vehicle. If you opt for regular FD, you'll have to pay an early withdrawal penalty. But in case of debt funds, once a certain period has elapsed, there is no exit load or penalty. Therefore, debt funds offer you greater liquidity and are more cost effective than bank FDs. The returns from debt mutual funds are higher than returns from FDs as they are market linked. Debt mutual funds treats gains as capital gains, whereas FDs categorizes them as income from other sources. This means that if there is a loss in debt mutual funds, you can carry them forward and offset it against gains. Unfortunately, this option is not available for FDs. Even though there is no indexation benefits for debt mutual funds, it is still a good investment option as it offers more liquidity and more returns in comparison to FDs. I hope you understood the changes in taxations of debt mutual funds. If you have any queries related to finance and taxation, you can contact our experts by clicking on the chat link provided in the description box below. For more informative videos, make sure you subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.